somebody, I don't know the statistics, like somebody look it up. How many kids, let's say, make it through the B class at the amateur nationals, end up with any job in the industry whatsoever, riding a motorcycle? Let's figure out what percentage that is. And if you saw that number and you're aware of that number, would you voluntarily pull your kid out of the 6th grade? I think the answer would be no to any parent that saw those numbers. That's my perception. That's my opinion. I got kind of bothered to the point where a few years ago, I tried my best to go to Loretta's regionals and talk to race promoters. The schoolboy class and the college boy class, to me, as titles for classes is almost comical, because ain't one of them not one of them is in a school or college. So I proposed at the time, I said, hey, what if I got a motorcycle company to give us some stock bikes? And we actually had an amateur national that had a real schoolboy and a real college boy class, where you had to prove that you were enrolled in these schools and you had passing grades to compete on these stock bikes that we're letting you ride, to take the money side out of it. And I had one on race promoter pursue it for a little while, then it just fell off the map. The industry isn't behind it for whatever reason. But to me, if, say, I'm a 5th place 250B kid, and I've made the choice to stay enrolled in school, I have no incentive almost to try to pursue Loretta's, because the advantage is fully unfair. Like, those kids are riding 4 days a week. They're not staying up late doing homework. It's just, I know life's not fair, but that's really not fair to a kid who's trying to make what I would consider a smart decision. There's no incentive. There's no incentive for that kid to pursue his racing any further. And there's no incentive for a kid who's on the fence to stay in school. So I'm not saying it's the solution. I'm saying it would help if you actually had amateur national championship classes where you had to prove your enrollment and passing grades in school. I think that's a start. You have to give those kids somewhere where they can compete with people on a level playing field, other kids that are finishing up school. So again, maybe that's not the answer, but it's a start. And that's one thing that I 100% dislike about this sport, is the homeschooling thing, whatever you want to call it. It's not homeschooling. It's pulling your kid out of class so that he can ride all the time and make all the nationals.